Hello everybody and welcome to Redbud. We are here for the 75th edition of the Monster Energy FAM Motocross of Nations, and it's the first time we've been here since 2018, and obviously that weekend was a moto. We're getting ready for the Riders Parade. Joining me on the live broadcast here today on MXGPTV.com, Jason Thomas from Fly Racing, and you may be familiar with him obviously from watching the broadcast. Lucas Oil during the season, Pro Motocross Nationals, but also he comes in as a guest during our MXGP broadcast, which also air on CBS Sports Network right here in the USA. But got to say, I'm excited for this race. Jason Thomas, you know what? It's only Friday. We've got the Riders Parade. The fans are already turning out in their droves, and the atmosphere is starting to build once again, just like we witnessed just a few years ago.
Yeah, this is unbelievable. I have goosebumps just sitting here. The people are going crazy. We're in store for such a great weekend. And back in America since 2018, I think we're ready for a big one.
And obviously, the last time we were here, as I said, it was a little bit of a motor, a little bit colder as well. We've been a lot luckier with the weather. There might be a chance of rain on Sunday, but all today, all of tomorrow on the qualifying races, it looks like it's going to be perfect. And that can only set the scene for what should be an absolute epic Motocross of Nations event, because we've kind of missed them, haven't we? Assen was the last true one with America, Australia, New Zealand, all the teams from all over the world. 2020, we had COVID. Last year, we had a skeleton version of it at Mantova in Italy. But we're right back, right in the deep, and, in the frying pan.
Yeah, we haven't had a Sunday of Motocross of Nations without rain since 2016. So I'm really looking forward to that. Hopefully the weather cooperates with us. But even if you go back to 2018, it rained for 4 straight days. So it's going to be better than that no matter what. And honestly, just from judging by the fans, I don't think they care. At this point, they're ready for a great weekend, rain or shine.
Absolutely. Well, look, the first of our teams coming out on the back of the Ram pickups here. Obviously, a nice arrangement that we have with MXGP. We saw that the last few rounds. But all the athletes from all the teams will be wheeled out in these Ram pickups. They'll go across the start straight. And, of course, the first team there, FIM Latin America, Marco Antezana, Yared Vargas, and Franklin Noguera. The second one on its way now should be Israel with Gleb Kumanov, Stav Orland, and Ile Ban Darhan. And some of these teams, even before we've got here, have changed team management or changed a few riders because of the nature of the event. Maybe they had a training crash in a week or something like that.
Well, and a lot of these aren't names that you would necessarily know right offhand, but this is a big moment for them, right? This stage with all these riders, guys like Eli Tomac and Gwen Koldenhoff that they watch on television, they get to go race them this weekend.
And obviously from this Israel team, Gleb Firmanov, the original rider there was a guy called Eres Melman, who was about to make his first appearance, and obviously Firmanov making that now. Team manager there, Niv Zuri. Also, Stav Orland, who was the MX2 rider, is now Safsela, so they've had a complete overhaul. And the third rider there, who was Ariel Dadia, is now Ile Ben Dahan. So, Israel, I'm sure they're very excited to be here and all the rest of it. We've got the Brazilians coming out now, and we will be catching up with one of those, Enzo Lopes, who I guess rides over here in the US occasionally. Be interesting to hear what he says.
Yeah, and as well, Remy Alves is on the team as well. So both of those riders are no strangers to the USA motocross scene. I'm a little bit more familiar with those guys, know some background. So I think this will be an A team, an A main on Sunday team, and I think they could surprise, right? If they get good starts, and you could see that name in the top 10 on Sunday.
Yeah, well, for Enzo Lopes, who's MX2 rider, he's making his second appearance. The first time was here in 2018, and he helped Brazil to 16th overall. So, as you said, they should be an A main event racer.
Yeah, you just need those 2 strong guys, right? Then anything's possible when it comes to Sunday.
Obviously, you see the fans all building up here, flags from all over the rest of it. But Enzo is going to be coming up in a moment, and just waiting for him to step off the truck there, and hopefully Lisa is down there. Well, you can see. And Lisa, down to you. Welcome to Redbud!
Enzo, it's your second time riding for Brazil at the Motocross of Nations. I know the last time you were here was in 2018 at Redbud. Is it nice to be back?
Oh yeah, it feels awesome to be here. 2018 we qualified a team after 10 years, so it feels really good to be here. The atmosphere here is just crazy, I'm just glad, and it's like, for me, I'm just thankful to be here and representing my country. Fans are going crazy. It's just a good time.
So Enzo, this is Jason Thomas up here in the studio. It's been a tough year. You've dealt with some injuries this year. Can you give us a little insight as to your health and where you're at in that recovery?
Well, obviously Supercross was really good for me, ending up 5th in points,
Sure.
But I tried to do some outdoors, didn't go as planned. But I'm better now. I'm feeling really good. I'm ready to go, and just like I said, happy to be here now.
That's great. We know Remy Alves is on your team, and we think you guys are an outside shot for a top 10, so good luck to you guys.
Oh yeah, we feel like it too, so thank you.
Thanks, Enzo.
Yeah, great to hear him down there, Enzo Lopes, and let's see what he can do. And as I said, more familiar conditions, a lot drier. And the track, actually, we need to point out, the same layout as it was for the Nationals here in July, with the extra loop, the camber down through the trees, and obviously that jump coming out of the turn on the way up to Larocco's Leap has gone. Yep. Although I hear maybe the corner is a little bit closer.
Yeah, but it's still Redbud.
You can still outdoors.
There's subtle changes, and these guys, a lot of these guys we're going to talk about have ridden here quite a bit, right? National every year, and some of the other guys have ridden local races as we get into. This track races quite a bit year-round, so there will be a lot of familiarity. Well, the next team out that you can see on screen there from Honduras, riding in the MXGP class, we have Christian Fernandez with Gerhard Matamoros and Jose Fernandez with Oriol Pegrina, the team manager there. I'm sure those guys will also be looking for a fantastic weekend here, as much as they can have. Yeah, and it's, going into Ecuador team, and these guys, a lot of these guys, like I said, just similar to Israel, this is a big moment, right? They don't spend a lot of time here. They don't get to race the likes of these superstars that often, so just to be on this stage, the fans going crazy, this is a memory that'll last them a lifetime. Absolutely. Well, obviously actually, we've had a team change there as well. Andreas Benalula, who was supposed to be here this weekend, has now been replaced by Pedro Suarez. And that's a shame because Andreas Benalula, is looking forward to his third appearance here, having competed 2007. Oh, wow. And 2010. So, and 2007 was with Martin Davalos, Jetro Salazar, that was at Budds Creek, and Martin Davalos and Filippo Espinosa in Denver, Colorado. Well, if he raced here in 2007, I can understand why he's probably not here. Age catches up with you at some points, but yeah, that's unfortunate. Would love to see a veteran out there with these guys. Well, so Ecuador then making their way through, and now I can see just over my shoulder New Zealand. And what a team they've got, actually. Josiah Natski from MXGP, riding the MXGP category. Brody Connolly, a young, exciting MX2 rider from sort of the Tauranga region over there by Lake Taupo. And Reese Carter, they've dragged him kicking and screaming out of retirement for this weekend. He was originally on the reserve list. We are going to catch up with Reese Carter over there in a few moments' time with Lisa. But, yeah, fantastic for them to be back here. And again, this Motocross Nations, it's just one of those events, just brings the whole world together, and the atmosphere, the camaraderie between everybody in the paddock is second to none. Well, and a lot of these riders, like especially Team New Zealand, with COVID-19, they weren't allowed to leave the island for a very long time, right? So this is almost like a coming out party for Team New Zealand again. They really get to get out and travel. I was speaking with former world champion Shane King about that, and they're excited just to be out and be on this stage again. So more than a race, it's really an experience they missed out on. Yeah, and Shane King, the team manager, but just see them just getting ready to offload Reese Carter, nicknamed Cartwheel. I'm sure he loves that. Hopefully he'll be stepping off of there safe and sound, and we'll grab a quick word with him in a moment. But yeah, great to see the Kiwis back here. A slimmed down version of their squad this weekend, as you can imagine. Not easy to get here, costs, and all those kind of things. Yeah, and economics, like it's a long way from New Zealand, and just all of the constraints to make that work. It's great to have all of these nations here again, though, regardless. We see the Czech Republic getting ready, but let's go down to Lisa. She's with Reese Carter.
Reese, the third time for you representing Team New Zealand. I know the last time was here in Redbud. Yeah. I'm guessing you know the track pretty well after last time. What are your thoughts on it here at Redbud?
Yeah, it was so different last time on Sunday. Saturday was very similar, but when we got to Sunday, as everyone knows, it was a whole different ball game. So it looks awesome out there now, and they look like they've done a really good job. So we're excited. We've got a rookie for this year with Brody, and Josiah's already done it. So we've got a pretty cool, excited team, so it should be a fun weekend.
Hey, Cartwheel, Paul Malin up here in the studio, just the other side of the start straight here. Great to see you. I was talking to you this morning, or yesterday. They really had to drag you kicking and screaming, didn't they? Because you were out of retirement, because you were originally a replacement or the reserve rider because of Hamish Harwood. He got injured, didn't he?
Yeah, hey Paul, it's it's one race you always get excited to do. It was a stretch to get off the couch, but what better place to get off the couch for, right? It's such a cool event, and you put your best foot forward, and we'll see what happens.
All right, guys, all the best, and hopefully straight into the A final.
Yeah, that's the plan. Thank you, and hey to everyone in New Zealand.
Good job. Thanks, Reese. I think we just saw the Philippines go through there a moment ago. And if we did see the Philippines as we prepare for Australia, my favourite name on the whole entry list, a guy called Roel Matthias IV, Mango Song. That means there's at least 3 more of them.
Yeah, yeah. I don't even know what to make of that. That's a new one for me. And so is the Mango song the 4th, or how does that even work? Culturally, I'm at a loss.
I don't know, but since we mentioned him, let's mention his teammates as well. Paulini Francisco and Ralph Lorenz Rumento. Thinks he's a fashion designer.
Apparently
Almost.
so. That is by far the most interesting team we've come across.
Talking of interesting teams, not that one, Mark Deruva, but the one we saw in the green and gold, Australia. What a fantastic team they have this weekend. All HRC mounted, so all factory Hondas. We've got Mitch Evans in MXGP, Hunter Lawrence in MX2, and Jet Lawrence, the flying donut, in the open class.
Yeah, this is arguably their best lineup ever. Really, really strong team. Maybe back to the days of Chad Reed and
2011, they've only had one podium, 2011, at Saint-Jean-d'Angely in France.
Yeah. So, obviously, they're one of the favorites this weekend. All red. The team's going to be all red, even though they have the yellow and green on. But, yeah, if you are a Team USA fan, this is one of the teams you should be most concerned with. Everybody knows how potent Jet Lawrence has been, 2-time Lucas Oil Pro Motocross champion. Hunter Lawrence really elevated his game. And for those USA fans that may not know a lot about Mitch Evans, he's the real deal, and he will be for real this weekend.
And actually, he was impressive here in 2018 in the mud as well. So, again, coming to a track that he's familiar with, he's having a decent second half of the year because he missed a whole of last year through injury anyway. So he's just starting to get back to his old self, and I think there's no better place. And they have a great camaraderie as well, those two. If you follow any of the guys on social media, from 2007 when they first started racing together, one of the pictures there with Jet being duct taped to a Portaloo, his mouth taped up as well. Those guys are going to have a great time this weekend.
Yeah, joke's on them because Jet is the superstar now.
Really?
Maybe
Hadn't
so.
noticed. But, yeah, Team Australia, as we just said a moment ago, for Jet Lawrence's first appearance, and, Hunter Lawrence. He was a class winner here at Matchley Base in 2017. Yeah. He was second here in 2018, only to Jorge Prado, a 2-time world champion. So it's going to be an exciting matchup for those 3.
Yeah, and it's just a really strong lineup from top to bottom. And I think Mitch Evans, for a lot of people that are casual fans, maybe you're just tuning in for the first time ever, that would be awesome. You're going to see Mitch Evans at the front somewhere this weekend and be like, I don't know much about him. He's really started to come on the second half of the season, like you said.
All right, let's go down to Lisa. She, as you can see in a moment, she's down there with Jet Lawrence.
Jet, you've been over here for a while now. I know it's like your second home. Does it feel good to be representing your nation on such familiar territory?
It definitely brings a lot of confidence. I know the track. I'm very excited to be running my colors. I just can't wait to get out there, get the laps going where I feel comfortable, and it should be fun.
Team Australia arguably have one of the strongest lineup in years. You've got yourself, your bro, Hunter Lawrence, and of course Mitch Evans. Does that add a bit of pressure to you guys, or are you guys feeling quietly confident this year?
I think we do better with pressure, so it's definitely going to be exciting. Can't wait to get out there. Hopefully we can make Australia proud and make sure we get up there, contend at least have a bit of a fight with the top guys, and should be good.
Jetson, Paul Malin up here in the studio, just behind the start line area. How we're doing? The flying donut.
Yeah.
You're here, man. 450.
Here.
We spoke to you in the press conference earlier. Maybe not everybody tuned into that, but how are you finding that 450 stepping up for this weekend in the open class?
I'm feeling really good on it. It's been an exciting learning curve. Been on it for like a month and a bit now, and I'm very excited to get this first race underway, get a lot of knowledge from it for next year.
And of course, when you were here in July, had a good result.
Yeah, and my question would be more, you're such a darling in America. All American fans have adopted you as your own. This weekend, I don't think that's going to be the case. You may have some people cheering against you for the first time in your career. Are you prepared for that? Is it going to bother you at all, or are you just going to do your best and deal with it?
I say bring it on, I'm going to make sure I make Australia proud. So hopefully the Americans jump on with it, or we'll see.
I'm sure you'll be fine down there in Aussie land. Guys, all the best. Have a good weekend. Enjoy it. I'm sure you will.
Thanks, Jet.
Yeah, fantastic team.
Yeah, those guys are great. And Jet America's really taken to him. He's so charismatic and has so much to offer the sport. It's going to be interesting to see that dynamic because I think most people are going to be torn whether to cheer for Jet or not.
Just looking down at the end there, looks like Chile hasn't bypassed. So Guam, we've got some Guamians. I don't know if that's their proper name, but Benny Bloss in there. And Joshua Voorhees, we'll do that in a moment. But Lisa there with Benny.
Cross of Nations before. I know it's an incredible atmosphere for you. How are you feeling right now coming into this weekend?
Feeling good. It's really crazy out here. I've never been a part of this. Super, super excited to race for Guam and hopefully get some good results for them.
Yeah, Jason.
Yeah, so Benny, I know this this motocross season really kind of been a renaissance for you. You've really found your form again and put in some really good results. What do you really attribute that to? Obviously, racing for Guam, I think you had to look on a map to see where Guam was leading up to this event, but I'm more excited about your riding. You really have found that form that really put you on the map a few years ago.
Yeah, I'm just excited. I had a good ending to the season, and hopefully I can keep it going into here. I was asked in like May if I would be interested in racing for Guam, and I said absolutely. I really don't even need to know the details. I'm in.
Well, the details is in where is Guam, what is Guam, those details, right?
I've learned a lot of facts about Guam in the last couple of weeks. So,
Benny, Paul Malin here from MXGP TV. I mentioned it to you just before the ballot today in the media center. I said, does that make you officially a Guamian? You had no clue.
I'm still learning, so. Hopefully by the end of the weekend I'll know more.
Yeah, Guami Bear. There you go. All right, good, guys, all the best down there. Team Guam, enjoy it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Benny.
Who we got next? Mexico. So Felix Lopez, Arturo Humberto Ferrero, and Jorge Israel Rubalcaba with the team manager Arturo Fierro Sr., I guess. So there's a junior one of those knocking around as well somewhere. But, yeah, I mean... For Mexico, again, another team that really kind of venture to these, either the South American nations that we've had over the years, or, you know, we've been here in the US, whether it's Denver, you know, Redbud, Budds Creek. Yep. And again, another team here for the ride.
Yeah, and Felix Lopez has raced here quite a bit. He's several top 20 finishes here in the US, and then he raced in Canada this summer too. So no stranger to this event, should have a lot of experience, and he should kind of be the team leader for Team Mexico.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking down on our sheet here, and obviously, you know, 3 riders that have had, you know, good long careers and things like that. But I guess they'll be keen to be best South American at the very least.
Well, I think if Felix Lopez can put in his best result, they have a chance to make that A final, and that's really it, right? For these lesser-known teams, making that A final is goal 1, and you just have to put your best foot forward and hope. You need everybody to really contribute as well.
Just see out the corner of our eyes here, Japan. What a team, what a ride this year, a year that Joe Shimoda has. Have you heard of a band called The Knack?
I have not.
You will have by the time we finish this. Because, in fact, we'll do it now, and we might do it again. In fact, we'll wait for Joe Shimoda, because we are going to grab a quick word with Joe Shimoda down there at the end of this, the pit lane area. But, yeah, just fill us in on Joe Shimoda. He won the overall here in July, obviously.
Yeah, Joe Shimoda's a rider that wasn't even a first pick to be on Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki. He had to actually go to a tryout to get onto Mitch Payton's team, and he has rewarded that team in spades, winning motos, winning overalls, finishing second overall in the championship, actually besting Hunter Lawrence for that second place. So he won the final moto of the season. So he is obviously your team leader for Team Japan, and if they're going to have success on Sunday, it will be because of Joe Shimoda putting in a good result for MX2.
And actually, you know, they finished 5th in 2003, so we're going a while back before they got a sniff
Most
at
of
the
these
podium.
guys weren't born
exactly
at that event.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But and just give them a shout there, the team there, Yuki Okura, Joe Shimoda, and Kota Toriabe. And again, another team that's had a change of personnel, because in the MXGP category, originally it was Kainosuke Oshiro, so I'm not sure what's happened there. But, yeah, they've had some good results, 5th, 6th, 7th, you know, 2003 to 2007. Anyway, here is Lisa with Joe Shimoda.
Joe Shimoda, like so many other riders here, this is your first time racing at the Motocross of Nations. Now that you're here, how are you finding it? It's pretty crazy, hey?
Yeah, just love the energy. So happy to be here. Representing Japan. It's kind of a different race, but we'll see what we can do.
And Joe, this is Jason Thomas up in the studio. You're coming off such a great Lucas Oil Pro Motocross season this year, really a breakout year for you. My question is your teammates. Did you know them well before this, or has there been much interaction with your teammates? Because you've been in America for a while now.
Not all of it. One of the guys I know, and the other one I just met like 2-3 days ago. So, yeah, just hope that we can perform. You know, it's a lot of pressure for them for sure, but.
Yeah, well, we were kind of discussing for the MX2, if you can really put in a great result, you can be that team leader and drag the team forward with you.
Yeah, I'm going to try as best I can. You know.
Obviously, Joe, it's Paul Malin, MXGP TV here. Obviously, it's your first Motocross of Nations. I was just discussing with, you know what, I've waited so long for you to be a member of Team Japan. because in the sort of early 80s there was a band called The Knack, and the song was called My Sharona, and the kind of the beat goes da 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 da. Joe Shimoda. That's not the line, but
Poor
it's
Joe
My
has literally
Sharona.
no idea what you're talking about. He literally has no idea what you're talking about.
No, but I've
Before your time, isn't it?
way
About
before.
30 years before his
Way
time.
before. But you will hear it on the radio. You'll hear it on the radio, and you'll be like, okay, that's the song. That's the song.
Yeah.
Okay,
I love
cool.
it.
Anyway, Joe, have a good weekend this weekend.
Yeah, thank you. Thank
It's
you.
okay.
Thanks,
Even
Joe.
if Joe
Best of
had
luck.
heard you, he wouldn't know what you said.
No,
It's
but
okay.
you've heard the song.
Of course I've heard
Yeah,
the song.
exactly.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
say My Shimoda all the time.
Yeah, Joe Shimoda. Who we got up there? Let's have a look. Norway. Cornelius Tondell, Kevin Horgmo, Håkon Osterhagen. They finished 12th in 2019. Espen Blikstad is the team manager. Of course, Lisa will catch up with Kevin Horgmo, who's, again, had another fantastic season in MX2. 4th overall in the World Championship this year, having taken a year back to ride EMX 250 just to regroup, refocus, and obviously he came back full gas.
Yeah, this is a sneaky good team.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a team that nobody's really counting on, or this is the one you want to latch onto and impress all your friends with your knowledge, because the names won't jump off the page, but the riding certainly will. You talk EMX riders winning for races, and Horgmo hole-shotting quite a bit as well.
Go, Lisa.
Kevin Horgmo, you're getting used to representing your nation at the Motocross of Nations. However, this is your first time here at Redbud, isn't it? Now that you're here, what are your first impressions?
No, it's looking really good, and I'm very excited for it. It's my third Motocross of Nations, so our team is young, but yeah, I think we can do quite well if we get out of the gate good and have strong races.
Kevin, Paul Malin up here and Jason Thomas in the studio. Welcome to the USA and another Motocross of Nations, as you said. You've got a pretty decent team this year with obviously Håkon Osterhagen and Cornelius Tondell. How is the mood? How is the atmosphere within the camp? I imagine 3 young kids like yourselves. It's pretty decent.
Yeah, no, I think it's good. We have a camper over here that we are camping out of it. So yeah, no, it's a nice atmosphere, and we all grew up racing together. So yeah, we all have a good combination together. I know them very good, so yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, I think most USA fans won't know a lot about you, but I think they're going to learn this weekend, because the form and the improvement that you've made throughout this 2022 season has been really impressive.
Yeah, for sure. We made a big progress this season, and it's been really nice. Yeah, of course, when you are calling us out to do well and be sneaky, maybe puts a little bit pressure on us, but hopefully we can go under the radar.
But just real quick, yeah.
I'm cheering for Team USA, so I'm trying to put pressure on everyone, just to be clear.
but just real quick, Kevin, obviously 4th in MX2 this year. Do you feel better prepared this year for this event?
Yeah, for sure. I have everything here. My bike is good, and yeah, the team and everything is the same. So for sure, will be good, and I'm looking forward to it.
All right, cool. Enjoy the weekend. I'm sure you will.
Thank you.
Have a good one, Kevin. Thank you.
Right, Morocco have been through. They've bypassed, obviously, Anwar Khakti, Saad Suleimani, and Humami Gubari. They finished 31st, actually, last year, but we've had Iceland go through as well. Venezuela are getting ready to come through, but just talk about the Iceland team real quick. Gunnlaugr Karlsson, Eidur Ori Palmerson, and Eyþór Reynisson. Reynisson making his 7th appearance, 2010, 11, 13, 17, 2019, and 21. So obviously the most experienced. Gunnar Larsson, he actually is making his 2nd appearance in the MXGP category. 2009, Franciacorta, his first and only appearance for Iceland. So that's a long time between drinks.
A lot of veterans there, so we'll see. A lot of names I'm not familiar with, but certainly they've been around for a while.
We will be meeting Venezuela. There they are. Already look off the back of the truck, the Ram, and you see A-Rod, Anthony Rodriguez, Raimundo Tresolini, and Lorenzo Lacurcio, one of your guys.
Sure.
What can we expect from those guys? Because 14th here in 2018, they could qualify again.
Absolutely, and both of them, you know, talking about Lacurcio and Anthony Rodriguez, they have experience both in MXGP and in Lucas Oil Pro Motocross, so really well-rounded. I think they're going to do well at this event because this event is about performing on the biggest stage. There's a lot of pressure to perform for your country. Everybody back home is watching you, and to have two strong guys that have a lot of experience worldwide helps.
Just seen A-Rod jump out the back of the truck there with his Californian blonde hairdo, with his dark Venezuelan beard.
Oh, that's not natural?
No, I think he's worth it. You can make up your own mind on that TV commercial. Anyway, here's Lisa with A-Rod.
So the A-Rod returns. It's so good to see you again, Anthony. But I do find it hard to believe that this is only your second Motocross of Nations appearance. Your last time was back here in 2018. How's it feel being back?
Yeah, it's exciting. I mean, I haven't seen you guys and so many of my old mechanics and friends in 4 years. So it's great to be back. I did do other 2 Motocross of Nations. The Venezuela team didn't make it. This was in Lomo 2012 and Ernest some other years, but I'm super excited. I've been in Brazil for the last 3 years. My speed's pretty good, so I'm excited to race some old faces.
Question, Jason? Or?
Yeah, I think, you know, going back to Brazil, obviously a little bit of a different experience. You've raced both MXGP, you've raced here. What are your thoughts coming into this race, having been removed from it a little bit, and I think you gain perspective with experience. Does it mean a little bit more now?
Yeah, of course. I've been all over the place. This is a track I've raced before, and I've raced Europe. My suspension is definitely not set up for a track like this because Brazil is way different. But I knew what I was getting into, so I've already made the changes I need to make. But Brazil does have really high intensity racing, so it's going to be the same as what I'm used to racing. It's not like over there is easy racing now.
Hey,
so I'm excited about it.
Hey Rod, Paul Malin here. Last time I saw you before today was in the airport, Detroit, on Tuesday. What time did you actually make it back to your hotel after your delay?
Yeah, actually I ended up renting a car, spending the night there, and it was 3 days of flying and 2 nights. And last Sunday I was racing in Brazil. I packed the suspension, and it's been a long week for me.
Well, look, you know, even if you don't get sleep, your other 2 teammates, obviously Trasolini and Lorenzo Lacurcio, 4 Motocross Nations each. There's quite a bit of experience underneath the Venezuelan tent this weekend. That's got to be a good thing, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we are 100% ready for this. Different kinds of tracks, but they're really fast, so we got a really good chance of making it in the first go.
All right, well, look, guys, and A-Rod, all the best this weekend. Go straight through to the A final.
All right, thank you. I'll see you guys around.
Cheers,
Thanks,
mate.
A-Rod. Thank you.
Team Ireland, your man's back. You missed him last year.
I pitched a fit the last time he wasn't chosen for this team. It was disrespectful. I'm not even Irish, and I felt disrespected, but the wily veteran, Marty Barr, is back.
And, you know, I tell you what, him and his kind of trusty co-pilot, Stuart Edmonds. We've also got John Meara in there as well, who's making his first appearance. Between the other 2 teammates, there's a lot of experience in there, you know, and we're going to ask Stewie Edmonds, because we're going to go a quick word with both of them in a moment, Martin Barr and Stewie. But, yeah, he obviously got omitted last year, Martin Barr, and Lisa's going to come up with a fantastic stat in a minute about Martin Barr. Aren't you, Lisa?
Martin Barr, it's so good to see you back on the team, Team Ireland. 16th time representing your nation. I mean, that makes, I don't want to make you sound old, but that does make you sound pretty old. How does it feel to be back?
Yeah, you know, it's obviously brilliant to be back. Obviously, I was real disappointed last year with the whole politics that went on back home, but that's in the past now, so I'm back. This is my 16th year and my 4th in America, so it's fantastic to be back here again. As you can see, the crowd's going all nuts already, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it tomorrow.
Now, are you guys going to qualify straight away? We do not want to see you in that B final.
Yeah, definitely. You know, we have that name as the B final Kings, but we want to push that to the side now and just try and make it straight through to the A final, just to give ourselves a proper chance for Sunday, because when you have to go through the B final, the other 2 races is hard work. But, you know, hopefully we can do the job tomorrow and be straight into the main event for Sunday.
Brilliant, and I do believe we have Stewie Edmonds here as well.
Yes.
Stewie, I know Paul Malin and Jason Thomas wish to ask you a couple of questions from the studio. Put your headphones on.
Yeah,
okay.
Stewie, Paul Malin here. Good to see you,
Paul?
mate. Good to see you on the team. What, 11th appearance now for you? Never gets old, does it?
No, never gets old. It's actually great to have this here. 2018, I missed it due to an injury to my arm, so it's nice to come back here and have a bit of redemption.
And just a quick question, trivial one, trivia question. How many times have you and Marty teamed up now, do you know?
Oh, sorry, I just missed that. What was that?
You know the answer. I said, how many times have you and Martin Barr teamed up now on Team Ireland? I know the answer. Do you?
Oh, gee, I definitely don't know. I think 10.
Good.
He did know the answer.
He's right on the money.
I'm on the money. I've got good memory.
Good memory and a good start to the weekend.
Yes, definitely.
All the best, guys.
All right, thank you very much. Big thanks to everyone back home, and give you loads of cheers.
Good on you.
Thanks, Derick.
Those guys are incredible in the B final every year. They always pull through in the B final.
They do, but you know what? For Martin Barr, his 16th appearance, 15 in a row he did, 2005 to 2019. So we were talking about, even Tano Leop, who will be representing 20 this weekend.
Yeah.
But they've had some good runs, 13th in Bud's Creek. They were 13th in Lommel and Redbud as well, 2018. 15th, in 2017. So they've had a lot of top 20 scores, and I think they get through the B final here. Well, go through the A, straight to the A final. I think we'll see a decent performance.
And I think that's typical of veteran leadership, right? Those guys have been there and done it. It's just getting there, and once they get there, they know what to do. They know how to put in the motos and get the scores that they need out of a Sunday.
Well, we've just spoke to Ireland. We've got Republic of South Africa I think they've gone through, or we've skipped them, but South Africa should have been there with Tristan Purdon, Camden McClellan and Anthony Cameron Duro. But looks like Sweden just here, making our way towards now with Albin Osland, Albin Gerhardsson and Freddie Noren. Good to see Freddie back.
Yeah, Freddie's had a really good summer. He dealt with some injury. Supercross isn't, I don't think, his first love, but this summer he really found his stride again, was putting in consistent top 10 finishes, and I think he's really primed to come out this weekend and impress some people. Most people are going to know the name, but I would expect to see him running around the top 10 all day on Sunday.
Well, Lisa, we'll catch up with Freddie Noren in a moment, so we'll hear what he has to say, and we'll probably chuck a question down to him. But here is Freddie Noren.
Freddie Noren, 10th in your last appearance for Team Sweden in 2017 at Matterley Basin. I'm guessing you guys are hoping to improve on that this weekend.
Yeah, for sure. We want to improve. We want to be top 10. And like you said, that was the last time I raced Motocross Nation. So I'm here. I'm ready to go. Our teammates are ready to go. So I think we can do better than that. I'm excited.
Jason?
Freddie, Jason Thomas, this summer was great for you. You really found the rhythm again and you found your speed. What do you attribute that improvement to? Because it had been, you'd had suffered through some injuries the past couple of years, and this summer really felt like a resurgence for you.
Yeah, for sure. We did some improvements on the bike. We did some bike changes and also just riding more. Like you said, I had some back issues that caused some nerve problems with my foot. So I learned how to adapt with my bike riding and get back to speed. So last part of the outdoors was good. So I'm looking to bring that in for tomorrow and Sunday.
Paul Malin here, Freddie, from MXGP TV. Between you and Albin Osland, there have been 13 caps for Sweden so far, but you've got a rookie in the team in the form of Albin Gerhardsson. What kind of advice are you giving him this weekend to help him through what is his first Motocross of Nations here and at this fantastic facility at Redbud?
Yeah, at the end of the day, just go have fun, ride your bike. He's fast, he knows what he's doing, so it's no different from any other event in a sense. It's a big event, obviously, but kind of keeping that mental game of, I'm just here to do my thing and ride. So just staying calm and just do his best is the goal, and it's what I would say to him. So.
All right. Well, look, Freddie, all the best to you and the team, and hopefully you go straight through to the main, like everybody's hoping, obviously, to do this weekend. See you soon.
Thank you.
Thanks, Freddie.
Yeah, Team Sweden, great team. Like I said, a lot of experience underneath the tent there, and from Freddie's side, 6 appearances back in 2010, 11, 14, 16, and 17. Didn't qualify in 2010 and 11 though, but he's been 11th, 13th, and 10th in his last 3 appearances, so getting better with age.
Yeah, that's strong. I think if you told your average fan that they've been a 10, 11, 12 team the last few years, that would shock them. But sneaky good.
Yeah, sneaky good. Is that your word of the week at the moment?
Well, I'm falling back to it. The nerves. I'm already building anticipation for Sunday, so yeah.
Take a look at Spain then, and what a team they've got as well. Jorge Prado in the MXGP class. Guim Ferrez, we'll get to him in a moment, and Lisa will catch up with him. And Ruben Fernandez, team manager Paco Rico. I know you've been surprised by Guim Ferrez, the 2 rounds that he did here in the US.
Absolutely, and I think we're going to see a lot. I don't want to break news, but I think we're going to see a lot more of Guim Ferrez here in America over the next couple of years. But what a breakout ride from him at Bud's Creek on just a tip. Somebody just tipped Monster Star Yamaha off that this kid was worth looking at, and the rest is history. So it's a team that may not be on many people's radar, but it should be.
All right, let's go down and catch up with Guim Ferrez. Here he is.
Guillaume Perez, we know America has almost been like a second home to you recently. Coming into your first Motocross of Nations, do you feel a little bit more prepared now? You've been racing in America for a little bit now.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. I've been 2 weeks already here in America, so I've been training a lot here. My jet lag is over. I'm feeling good, and yeah, had some good weeks of training on the bike, so feeling pretty confident.
Guillaume, Jason Thomas here. I think everybody collectively was very impressed by your rides here at the last few nationals. What do you think is the biggest difference between the competition between, you know, whether it's EMX or MX2 and here in Lucas Oil Pro Motocross?
I mean, the first big change is like the different timetables they have there, and especially the tracks. I really enjoy the tracks over here. The layout is pretty big, and also the people. It's a different world.
Pretty crazy, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
And Guillaume, Paul Malin here. Good to see you again. So pleased that you got the opportunity to come out and ride here in the US. But obviously you and Ruben Fernandez, the rookies on the team, neither of you have raced the Motocross of Nations before. How are the nerves? How's the excitement? You know, are you more nervous or more excited? And do you feel that you'll be a little bit more relaxed after you've had that free practice on Saturday?
I mean, right now I'm not really nervous. I had a great week, feeling confident on the bike, so I'm not really nervous. We'll see tomorrow. Probably it'll get a little bit worse, but I think I'm ready.
All right. Well, look, Team Spain have a good one this weekend, and a lot of people saying it's possible, you know, inside the top 5, maybe even challenging for the podium. If you're on the podium, we'll see you there.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Guillaume.
What a crazy, cool story for that kid.
Absolutely.
Right? I think he had to have surprised himself at Budds Creek. He pulls a whole shot. He's running around the top 10, and no one knew who he was. That was the crazy part. Maybe call us ignorant. We weren't up on this kid, but I don't think many people were, and he just blew us all away.
Yeah, and a couple of years ago in his 125 European Championship, 5 podiums, got a win at Lommel, believe it or not, in the 125 class as well. So the kid showed he had talent in the 125 division, just unlucky with injuries in the 250 European Championship, and just being bounced around like a ping pong ball machine this year between you know, a team in European, filling in for a rider in MX2, and then ended up in the USA. And obviously that was, you know,
on the most coveted team here in the USA in the 250 class. So that was a big stage, a lot of pressure, because that team, you're expected to win and to step in and be at the front like that. It spoke volumes.
Yeah, and of course, while we were talking to Guillaume Perez, we did see Latvia pass by with Carlis Sabalis, Carlis Rezelis, and I feel like Tom Smassuks is the odd one out with a name that starts with T and not Carlis.
But he's working on it. He's working on it. Maybe next year.
He is working on it. But who we got coming in here now? Canada, I believe.
Canada, yeah. Obviously, just not far from here at all. You could be in Canada in a couple hours drive. But Dylan Wright on this team won every single photo that they ran this year. Just a dominant season, and that was coming off of last year. He was in MXGP, and I thought really impressed.
Yeah.
Put in some top 10 rides. So I think Canada could and should be in the A main pretty easily on the back of Dylan Wright. But then you have T-Dags, Tyler Medaglia, who's raced this race a lot. He's been all over the world, so they have some depth and they have some speed.
Well, for T-Dag, it's going to be his 9th appearance. His first one was back in 2008, did a couple of years straight. He did 13 and 14, 16, 17, 18 and 21 as well. And they were 14th last year in Mantova. I know from Dylan's perspective, he made maybe 1 or 2 mistakes. Probably just put himself under pressure in Mantova based on the fact that he'd had a couple rounds in MXGP and just expected just to be that little bit better.
Well, and he knows he's got to carry the team. If they want to get a really good result, he has to put his best results in and really put that best score on the board.
Well, here he is with Lisa.
Dylan Wright from Team Canada. Dylan, you were over in Europe doing a few races last year. Is it nice to see some familiar faces and catch up this weekend?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, you know, I made a bunch of friends while racing in Europe last year at the end of the season, and a bunch of them came over, and it's cool to see. It's awesome to see my buddy Ruben Fernandez. We bonded pretty good over there, and we stayed pretty close in contact, and, you know, it's awesome. And everybody from HRC and everybody, it was awesome over there. And yeah, I'm happy to be close to Canada too for the Nations this year. We got a bunch of fans and everybody come up, so it's great.
Dylan, this is Jason Thomas. What an incredible summer you had. I mean, domination doesn't even start to cover it. And going into Motocross of Nations last year, you were in MXGP, but this year you win everything, right? What is your thought process then versus now? Are you more confident, even though you weren't in Europe, even in a European event, or was last year we were a little bit more comfortable being in Italy?
Yeah, I think obviously, after an awesome season, you kind of ride that wave of confidence. Yeah, we haven't lost yet this year, so try to keep the streak alive here at Nations. But, everybody from overseas in the U.S., everybody's going to be riding good. And I'm just hoping to, get Canada their best finish so far. And I think we got a great team with Ryder and Tyler, so looking forward to it and looking forward to having some fun with the boys.
And actually, Paul Malin here, by the way, Dylan. Another 450 title wrapped up for you. That's 3 450 now. Are you more prepared this year than last year? And what about the youngster, Ryder McNabb, obviously making his first appearance, 16 years old, already a 250 Canadian champion? What advice have you got for him?
Yeah, obviously, I think, we're well prepared coming in here. We try and do our best every year, but this year it's a little easier for us. We're close to home, and, we have our own semi and everything here, so we're super comfortable. Perfect. And, yeah, like Ryder McNabb, he, I just got to block out all the distractions and go out and ride his dirt bike. He's super talented. He has the speed, and I'm excited to see what he can do on the world stage.
All right, guys, Team Canada, all the best this weekend.
Yeah, thank you, gentlemen.
No worries.
Dylan.
And obviously, while we were talking to Dylan there, we just saw Lithuania go through. And again, this is where I need Monica, our social girl, because we've got Domantas Jasduskas, I think that's right, Dovydas Karka and Arminas Jasikonis with Rolandas Sakuskas, the team manager. And obviously, they're going to be hoping for big things. Jasikonis, AJ, with his 7th appearance, because he rode 13, 14, 15, 16, 19, and 21. And Dovydas Karka also making a 4th appearance with Domantas Jasduskas, a 2nd appearance for him, having rode in 2019 at Assen. We've got Finland, I think, have just passed through, and that was Mira Sieben and Emma Weckman and Jari Havisto. In fact, they're coming through now, as we can see. And those 3 riders there under the tutelage of Kusti Manninen. Again, a young team, and it's been particularly hard for, I think it was Miro Sivonen, some big injuries this year, but he's made it here, and I'm sure they will do their best like all the other teams here.
Yeah, and I know the team manager Kusti pretty well, and he just was telling me yesterday about all the travel problems they've had, and similar to Anthony Rodriguez, it's been really challenging getting here, so they'll get some sleep, and I think an atmosphere like this, they're going to bounce back really quickly.
Yeah, and same team as last year with those 3 riders, finished 12th last year in Mantova, so they have experience of not just being here and doing the practice, and, they've not had the whole experience going through the B final. They went directly to the main event the easiest way possible and came out with a 12th place finish. Yeah,
and I think it's just more of the same, right? You just want to have that continuity on your side.
Well, the next team about to appear over our shoulder, Team Germany, and Max Nagel. 17 appearances now for him, this will be. So racking them up as well. Yeah. Simon Langenfelder, what a fantastic season he's had in MX2 this year to finish 3rd overall in the championship. And Tom Koch. Marcel Dornhofer is the team manager there. Brand new in the job this year after 3 years of Wolfgang Thomas. So be interesting to see how the team pans out this weekend. And obviously, Max Nagel once again at the head of it all.
Right, and he's been racing. Right, he raced the ADAC Outdoor Series in Germany, and obviously Simon Langenfelder's been a star in MX2 this year. And I've spent a ton of time personally in Germany. So if I had any other secondary team I'm cheering for, it would be Team Germany, just because I have so many friends there.
And obviously they could have had Henry Jacobi in for one of the other 450 riders, but from what I hear, apparently they wanted riders that are doing the ADAC Championship, but Jacobi not competing in that championship this year, but then nor to Langenfelder, but then he's 3rd in the world. So
well, it's politics, right? There's a lot of politics that go along with this race, and everybody's pushing and pulling to get their riders on this team. So that's kind of the things you deal with here.
Germany, Lisa's down there getting ready to catch up with Max Nagel. How is the Bavarian doing down there, Lisa? He's not a veteran. He's a spring chicken.
Max Nagel representing Team Germany again. This is your 17th appearance, isn't it, at the Motocross of Nations? You cringed when I said that. What is it about this event that's so special for you?
Yeah, of course. Like you say, they already call me the veteran, but actually I don't feel like I still feel really young. Yeah. And so far I had a pretty good season. Of course, I'm not racing GPs anymore, but for the rest it's going really well. And Redbud is something really special, of course, the Nations, so that's why I'm here, and that's why I said I want to race here.
Max Nagel, Paul Malin here up in the studio, just in the skybox area with Jason Thomas. Obviously 17 Motocross Nations now for you this weekend. So you've racked up quite a few, but I guess 2012 stands out the most in your memory, the one you won in the deep sand of Lommel in Belgium.
Yeah, of course. Lommel in 2012, that was something special where we won the Nations, and the year after the Belgium won in Germany, so it was quite equal, and it was a special day. I know we can't do it anymore this time, but I want to do best as possible, especially for the team and the country, so let's have fun here.
And of course, most national championships and world championship now, they've all finished, but you still have one race left in the ADAC, the ADAC, next weekend in Germany. And you have a shot of winning that. How many titles would that be if that is the case?
Yeah, next week is the last round, and it would be my 7th title now. So I want to go for it. Would be nice, yeah.
All right, well, look, Max Nagel, all the best to you and the boys down there. And, yeah, hopefully we see you having a good weekend.
Thank you.
Thanks, Max.
A little bit of a lull behind us here as we wait for the next team. Looks like it might just be Team Switzerland, Jason. And with Jeremy C, with Valentin Guillot, Kevin Brumman, a good team on paper. I'm excited to see what Guillot can do on a 250 because when he was an MX2 rider racing with Hurlings in 2013, he was winning races and winning Grand Prix that year.
Well, he had some really strong rides in MXGP this year as well.
At the end of the season.
Yes, absolutely. So another one of these teams that I don't think people are thinking about. If you're making your list of the favorites, Switzerland's probably not near the top, but I'm telling you, if things go right, Seawer grabs the whole shot, Guillot puts in a good ride, and they can find themselves up there.
And actually, Jeremy Seawer, obviously probably the most famous Swiss rider at the moment. This will be his 10th appearance, but Guillot is actually making his 11th appearance here, whilst Kevin Brumman, the young open class rider who started the year in the MX2 category in the World Championship this year, 7 rounds to go, decided, you know what, I'm a big guy, and he's a big guy for a 250. Rode out the last 7 rounds in the MXGP category, making his debut this weekend. And can be quite a daunting place, can't it? Coming to the USA, no European home comforts for you. And this crowd, when they get going, they can be quite loud.
Well, and I think if you're Brumman, you just have to lean on your teammates. You have to understand that you have one of the MXGP superstars on your team, and he's going to put in a good result. You just have to get your best result. Don't worry about trying to set the world on fire. Just put in a solid qualifying race and then allow things to happen on Sunday.
Well, I believe Lisa is down there in place with Jeremy Seawer.
Jeremy Seawer from Team Switzerland, 2nd overall in MXGP this year. The Motocross of Nations is right where it should be, the final race of the year. Have you been looking forward to this, and what is it that's so special about it for you?
The special thing is just like we race against America, basically, that happens once a year. The fans are so excited, everybody in the industry is, and we're here in REDBUD, one of the best tracks in the world. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it big time. I'm ready, and let's go and have some fun.
Jeremy, Paul Malin up here in the skybox, just behind the start line area. Yeah, another Motocross of Nations for you. Going to be 10 now, 11 for Valentin Guillot. I'm quite excited to see Valentin on the 250. What about you? Because from what he's done in the past on that bike, he, like, as I said in the press conference, he could be kind of like a secret weapon really for you guys with that good second result.
Yeah, I think it's a good choice to have him on the 250 because that's where he has his best results on. He's won GPs on it. He's in a good form now. We've seen that in Turkey. So yeah, we're good, I think. If we can get 2 good races together, same for me, and then we have the young kid coming in, I think we won't be too bad, so we're looking forward for that.
Hi, Jason Thomas here. I saw maybe a picture. Were you in Florida this week riding? Did you get a little riding in with Hunter Lawrence? That's where I grew up. That track you were at is where I spent a decade riding every day. A little bit warm down there probably still for you, but how'd you find the Florida tracks?
It was a cool trip. I went. I came here last Saturday, stayed with Hunter. He's a good buddy of mine. Had some fun, Yamaha organized a stock bike, so I rode the 83 compound, and just so different to Europe. Humidity was crazy, like I think so 90%, but honestly I like that kind of weather. It didn't really bother me. It's just it makes you have such a different lifestyle, like you stay inside all the time with the airco and that kind of stuff. But anyways, we had fun, and it was fun riding with Hunter and Chet,
Cool. Well, look, Jeremy, all the best to you in Team Switzerland this weekend.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeremy.
And as that interview was happening, Estonia went through. Tano Leak making his 20th Motocross of Nations appearance. it would have been 20 in a row last year, but he got an injury just before, so he's obviously kept himself in trim, and he's obviously going to round out and officially retire at the end of this year with 20 nations under his belt. He's got Jorgen Matthias Talviku making his second appearance, and Harry Kulas actually 14 Motocross Nations for him, so they've got a lot of experience in that camp.
Well, and Talviku had some great rides in America this year too, and Kulas is a name. He's actually got a podium in MX2 before, so they have some experience and they have a little bit more speed than I think people are counting on.
Team Belgium making their way through. Jago Geerts, Liam Everts, Jeremy Van Hoorbeek, the big surprise here this weekend. Not that Jeremy Van Hoorbeek making his 12th appearance in his final pro race, but Jago Geerts, second in the MX2 World Championship, stepping up into the 450 into the MXGP class. What do you make of that?
Well, there's a lot of things there. How does Jago do on the 450? I think this is maybe the first time a Beta has raced an American like Pro Motocross, or not MXGP, but this stage. And then Liam Everts making that jump up with so much legacy on the Everts name on this team. So there's a lot of questions there that have to be answered. But if they answer them, that team can find themselves battling for a podium.
Johan Boonen, the team manager again, but of course, reports coming out of the Star compound that Jago Geerts was looking very, very good on it, and actually he was riding quite a lot in the winter as well, by all accounts. So maybe there's a bit of a trick up the sleeve there.
Yeah, and it's interesting. Same as Jet Lawrence. We just don't know what to expect from him on the 450. Look at Ryan Dungey in 2009. He makes the step up and wins, right? So it's a lot of questions that we're going to find out.
All right, well, Lisa's down there with the Jerry man, Jeremy Van Hoorbeek, making his last pro race appearance.
Jeremy Van Hoorbeek, last time we saw you, you were injured in France. We all know you've done your best to come back to some kind of fitness for this weekend. How are you feeling now?
I'm feeling 100% actually. It was a tough 4 weeks, the most difficult one of my career, because I know I had to go over my limits to get everything ready for here and to be fit 100%. But I made it, and I'm so happy to be here, because it's the last one, and I hope I can go out with a bang.
And this is going to be extremely special for you. You've got your family over. It's a big weekend for you.
Yeah, it's the Nations is special by itself, but knowing that this will be my last professional race with my family, my kids, we flew over with the kids. They're not even 2 years old, and we had to do like a 9-hour flight, and it's just amazing, and I'm so thankful that I can share this moment with my fans and my family and friends.
Can I just say, we got Jeremy off the truck there, and he just said, I'm getting too old for this.
Jeremy, it's Paul Malin up here in the skybox. Hopefully the baby slept like a baby on that 9-hour flight, so you've well rested. But how do you think Jago will do on the 450? Do you think it will suit his riding style?
I think so, yeah. I saw him riding, and he's doing really well. Also, the Star Yamaha is a good bike, like we know, and so they helped him a lot last week also when he was in Florida. So I'm pretty sure he can run with the boys, and I think he's out of for some redemption after what happened the last race. So I think we have a good shot.
All right.
Well, I think there's going to be a lot of people also checking out your motorcycle as well. We don't get a lot of familiarity, and it's probably the first time that it's ever maybe raced at Redbud before. So that's an interesting dynamic to this too. As
probably in the Motocross Nations as well.
Absolutely, yeah. Beta's involvement.
Yeah. With my bike, it's the first time in US in a big event, and I think they've done a great job, like with the bikes in the paddock, and to show them to the people. So. Yeah, it's only good for the sport that a brand like Beta is pushing hard and to get the bike going, and I hope in the future they can have good results.
Well, look, Jeremy, it's been an absolute pleasure commenting on your career, especially in the Motocross Nations as well. You got 7 podiums in a row. From 2007. Obviously, you got that famous victory at Teushenthal in Germany as well in 2013. An obvious highlight of your season, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, it's been an honor to represent my country for so many times, and winning the Nations was a dream, like I said in the studio show, and we did that, and yeah, it's just awesome, and it's again an honor to be here for my country.
All right, Jeremy, and all the best to you and Team Belgium.
Thank you very much.
Sorry, man.
Team France.
Well, cue the Darth Vader music. This is where it all goes sideways on this show, Paul.
Especially here.
Yeah, this is where I put my war paint on, put my camo. Yeah, this is where it all happens right here.
Yeah, 5 in a row when they were here last time.
So much heartbreak this team has caused me right here.
Although there's no Gauthier Paulin this weekend, who was obviously the head of the field in all 5 of those 5 wins in a row.
Well, I'll tell you what, one of the years Team France won, I was so devastated. I went to the after party and I saw that Monster Energy had presented them with a bottle, all vodka across their table. Chad Reed and I drank all of it before they arrived. That's payback. That's a true story.
Well, look, Maxime Renault, Marvin Muscan and Dylan Ferrandis, there is Marvin Muscan. We'll get him out of the truck in a moment, of course. When he does step down, Lisa will be down there, but he's back on the MX2 bike this weekend. The last time we saw that was at Ernay for him. Yep. The last time he rode the Motocross Nations, and obviously France won that weekend as well. Is that a sign of things to come?
For that. Yeah, thanks for that.
Sorry, cue Darth Vader music.
We got a little preview of him racing at Fox Race, so it's pretty impressive. I think the fitness caught him by surprise. It was really hot that day in the second moto, but he's had, 3 weeks to prepare since then, so I'm expecting Marv's best on Sunday.
Well, let's put some tabs on him, and Lisa, just fire in when you're ready.
You're very popular here, I can see. Let's try and grab an interview. We've not seen you at the Motocross of Nations since 2015, where you guys won in Ernay on home soil. How good does it feel to be back? You seem to be enjoying it out there.
Of course. I mean, this is a very unique race, and it's a great opportunity for me to be here at this stage of my career, obviously. I didn't race outdoors this year, Supercross only, so when I got the call from Pascal, the team manager, I was very surprised, but they said, hey, we need you, and we believe in you, so I jumped on the 250 and start training, as soon as I knew. So, yeah, I'm here and waiting for tomorrow to start.
Well, Paul's cueing me to ask you a question, but honestly, Marv, I don't want to talk to you till Monday. I'm normally a big fan. I can't ask you a question. I can't cheer for you. I'm going to let Paul do all of it because until Monday, we are not friends.
I know, yeah. I've heard that a lot, actually.
Well, look, Marv, I know you're going to have a lot of fun on the 250. All the best to you and your teammates here this weekend.
Yes, thank you, guys.
See you later.
Thanks a lot, Marvin. Thank you.
Well, we're getting to the sharp end now, Jason. You can come back from behind the curtain now. Don't worry. We've got Great Britain coming in. And you know what? Since Mark Chamberlain has taken over in 2017 at their home nations at Matchley Basin, they've been on the podium 4 times. All of them third place finishes, so 17, 18, 19, and last year in Mantova. What are you going to make of Dean Wilson, Max Amsty, and Tommy Searle with Dean Wilson making his last outdoor race?
Well, they have a ton of experience. I think we will know what to expect from both Dean and Tommy. They should have solid finishes. My question is, how does Max perform on the 250? He was really strong here on the 450 at the Lucas Oil Pro Motocross, but it's going to be tougher to get a good start. But this is a really, really strong lineup. The question is, are they strong enough to get on the podium? Top 5, top 10, I'm not even worried about. Is it a podium team?
Well, they're obviously getting a good reception down there as they go across the start straight here. Just give you some stats on the Team GB team. Tommy Searle, his 12th appearance for him. He's obviously had a couple class wins over the years. And obviously Dean Wilson, 7 times now for him. 6 of those is GB, because obviously one of them was Team Canada, right. If you remember. And then Max Amsty, 6 Nations appearance for him as well, and obviously 2 podiums. 3rd in 2017 at Matterley, and here at Redbud as well, last time out. Okay, that one was a discrepancy because of the Italian thing, but even still, a bronze medal is a bronze medal is a bronze medal. Yes. And we're getting ready to talk to him any moment now, but thoughts real quick?
Yeah, I think GB, this is a great way to send them out, right? They have veterans. What better way to send Dean Wilson out? We don't know how much longer Tommy's going to race either. This could be it for both of those two, so big weekend for them.
Here's Lisa with Dino.
Dean Wilson representing Team GB. It's great to see you here at Redbud, which will be your last professional race. 7 Motocross Nations in total now. Which one stands out the most to you?
Man, I've done a lot, and this one's really exciting. Obviously, this is my last one, so I'm just going to make the most of it. I've got a lot of American fans as well as GB, so it's just so cool to be here, and I'm excited. That was a very good entrance for a Friday. It's just got me buzzing. I'm really excited. Oh, I can't even tell you which one, though. Honestly, I've been to some really cool destinations. Ernie was really cool. St. John, Colorado. There's so many, but I just want to make this one really good and do my best. And that was awesome. That was our good introduction right there. I'm stoked.
Dean, it's Paul Malin up here, just real quick. Obviously, it's the second time now this particular team has come together with you, Max and Tommy. How's the banter been this last few days? I guess it's only going to go up from here, isn't it, between you guys? You seem to have a lot of fun together.
Oh, yeah, no, we have a really good team, good chemistry. We all get along very well. Yeah, and we all just want to push each other and do the best we can. We're all staying in a house together, and it's good. You know, we'll see how tomorrow goes. We can go over everything tomorrow night and work as a team, you know, do our best. And, yeah, I like our team, and it's a good way to end it for me.
All right, well, look, Dean, Tommy, Max, all the best. Get to see you a little later on. I'll stop by and see you over the course of the weekend. Enjoy this one, I'm sure you will.
I will. Thank you, guys. Cheers.
Dean.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Dean.
Right, we are down to, the last 2 or 3 teams now, because we'll have the Netherlands coming up now, as you can see, Italy, and then host nation Team USA. But the Netherlands, Glenn Koldenoff, the last time we were here, Jason Thomas, he went 1-1. We went Assen a year later, he went 1-1. He really has made this event his own the last few years. What can we expect from the Netherlands with Kai de Wolf and Calvin Verlanderen in there as well?
I'm hoping not more of that. Let's start there. But Glenn has really performed at this event, and I think he's hoping for rain on Sunday. Why wouldn't he? Every time it seems to rain, he seems to go 1-1. But, you know, the glaring absence is Jeffrey Hurlings. Everyone knows that. But if you look at this lineup, minus Jeffrey Hurlings, it's still really, really strong.
And they've still got a strong rider, well, 2 strong riders. In fact, all 3 of them are strong, because you've got Calvin, who won the GP in Sardinia. You were there last year. You know how deep that place was.
Absolutely.
So to go 1-1 there, fantastic for Calvin Verlanderen. And, of course, you know, we know what Glenn can do, and we know what Kai can do as well. He's been on the podium. He's won a race at Lommel in the deep sand as well. So, you know, these guys, I think I'm going to push the boat out here. They've just come here for one thing, the W.
Yeah, and I think most people are looking at them without Jeffrey saying, oh, this isn't their year. Don't let that fool you. Kai de Wolf is an up-and-coming superstar, and we know if Glenn shows up on Sunday just like he does every time at this event, good luck to us all.
Well, we will be catching up with Mr. Holden Koff in a moment. I know that's going to get Lisa in bits. Straight face, Lisa.
Glenn, last time we were here in Redbud, you went 1-1. You really made the event your own. Nice memories being back.
Yeah, definitely. You know, it's always great to be in the USA, and especially with the nice memories I had. Really looking forward now to the racing here, and it's going to be a good weekend.
Well, I'm noticing this jersey collared shirt situation you have going on there. This is a new one for me. I don't know whether I love it or hate it. I'm torn on how I feel about this. Paul, can I get you're the Brit. You have the style and the flair. What's happening
Who does
here?
not have style?
Oh, shush, Lisa. Glenn.
Well, he's British. You're supposed to, like, you know, like
Glenn,
the king. He's a Kingsman.
Glenn, I think the point that Jason Thomas is trying to make is that when he's in Europe and he sees you riding orange, he doesn't mind. But when it's Motocross of Nations and you turn up in orange,
he likes it.
And you go 1, he loves it.
Oh,
Can't get enough of it.
I didn't sleep for a week last time.
Well, look, obviously a lot of people talking that the fact there's no Jeffrey Hurlings here this weekend. But you know what? You've still got a very strong team with Kai and Calvin. And I just said to Jason a moment ago, you're here for one thing only, to win.
Yeah, sure, you know, it's a shame that Jeffrey is not here. He's always consistent in top 3, I would say, but even now with Calvin, you know, and together with Kai, I think we still have a solid team, and maybe we're not the best on paper, but I still believe we can win, or at least be on the podium, so we definitely do our best to get there.
All right, Glenn, all the best to you and the boys. See you on the podium on Sunday.
Thanks, Glenn.
Team Italy, Jason Thomas, defending champions. Normally we would end with the defending champions, but because it's Motocross Nations, we end with the host nation.
Yeah.
Team Italy, riding 1, 2 and 3, Tony Cairoli, Andrea Adamo and Mattia Guadagnini. Cairoli making his 15th appearance, possibly his last, which is understandable. He had a birthday today. I think he's 138 now. Is that right? Still going strong.
Yeah, and not a popular win at all last year, right, at Mantova. I got trampled several times trying to exit the track by rowdy Italians. Still great. I loved it. But how can you not cheer for Tony Cairoli? He came over and raced the Lucas Oil Pro motocross events this year. I love everything about what he stands for. He does things the right way, handles his business the right way, and if there's a chance to cheer for any other team, I will be cheering for Team Italy on Sunday, just because I like those guys.
Well, let's go down and talk to Tony Cairoli.
Tony Cairoli, defending champions. Team Italy are racing with a 1, 2 and 3 on their bikes. It's been nice to be back here this weekend.
Yeah, of course. I'm really happy to be back. We had some good races last year. We won, so really looking forward for try to be on the podium again this year. I know it's going to be very tough as a semi-retired rider, but we will do our best.
And obviously you are the birthday boy, 40 years old, right?
Close to 40. In the morning, you know, I need a very warm shower to get started up everything. So, but in the end, we're still okay.
It's a nice way to celebrate, though, isn't it?
I mean, with this fans in the background is always nice, and they have so much passion for the sport, so it's nice to be here.
And actually, Tony, Paul Malin up here. You did a couple of races out here in the US. I guess you made some good friends along the way, those few races that you did. And I think there was quite a lot of people in the crowd cheering for you as well. You know, great to see you back here, but also like a little bit of a send-off because this will be your last professional race, won't it?
Yeah, for sure. I'm really happy. I had a very good welcome, you know, from the American fans at the Pro Motocross. So I'm really looking forward to be here and meet a lot of them and a lot of. I could experience a ride with, you know, different riders. So it's going to be interesting for my career, you know, to have this kind of new experience. And I'm glad I did it.
Tony, Jason Thomas here. Last round you were at Budds Creek. You had experience at that track before, but it didn't go well, right? You crashed in the first turn. It was just a really tough day. Thinking a little bit of redemption here this weekend after a tough Budds Creek?
Yeah, of course. Finally, Budds Creek, I had sorted out a little bit the setting of the bike. I sorted out a better bike setting, but then my speed was good. Only the crash on the first lap didn't make it easy, and I hurt my hand, and I had to give up. So let's try to regroup here and do our best as we can.
All right, Tony, all the best on what should be a memorable weekend for you.
Thank you.
And like I said to Jeremy Van Horb, it's been an absolute pleasure calling your races over your career.
Thank you.
Enjoy the weekend.
Tony.
All right, Jason, we'll put the Darth Vader music away. What's your music of choice now as the host nation, Team USA?
I don't know. There's like rainbows and sunshine and Captain America, the Star Spangled Banner. Play it all at once. All the things, fireworks, smoke.
If you follow Jason Thomas on Fly Racing, or just follow him anyway, obviously, you know, the situation on his show reel yesterday.
Yeah.
If it's still up, watch it, because the best a man can get. Taylor Swift, she features in it as well. You were going very patriotic this week.
Wow, this is a huge event, right? I've been watching this event since I was a little kid. I've come the last 10 or 11 years, and there is no event like this. And if this event doesn't make you cheer for your own country, then you probably don't have a pulse.
Well, let's talk about Team USA. Eli Tomac, fantastic season, the perfect season pretty much for him, obviously. Supercross champion, outdoor champion. Chase Sexton, who pushed him all the way to the checkered flag, finished second in outdoors. And of course, you got Justin Cooper back from his disappointment from 2019 Assen, which after Saturday winning the qualifying race, and he was super fast that day, by the way. You know, coming back for redemption, that seems to be the word amongst the team this weekend.
Well, and just an all-time great series between Sexton and Tomac, and they pushed themselves to a level that no one else could touch. They were winning motos by 30 seconds, over a minute at the final round.
Yeah.
So I'm really curious to see how those two stack up against the likes of Seawer and Koldenhoff and the MXGP best, because from what I've seen, they're on a level that they have never been on. So I'm hoping that will propel Team USA this year.
And obviously, he was nicknamed the man as a racer, but Roger DeCosta, very much the man, leading the charge once again as the team manager. Win, lose or draw, will this be his last one, you think? Because he does keep coming back for more. He's a glutton for punishment.
You know, it's interesting. He made a comment at the press conference like a lot of people are expecting him to step down, but I think this is a big year, right? If we go win, we restore some of the luster that we've lost over the last decade. I don't think there will be any pressure for a change, but if we struggle again, I think people are going to be saying, hey, we need a big change here.
Yeah. And obviously, you just mentioned it there, a decade, 2011, Saint-Jean-d'Angely in France, the last time Team USA won. Was it Blake Baggett, Ryan, the two Ryans, Filippo and Dungy.
Yeah.
This team can go all the way here, though, can't it? You know, the level that they're at in 450, Eli and Chase, and the good wingman with Coops.
Yeah. I think when you look at their season, they're probably the favorites on paper.
Yeah.
Now, I know enough about this race that it's chaos defined on Sunday, and there should be no favorites other than a few teams. Like, you should have a group of favorites, but when you're looking at the seasons they've had, Justin Cooper's been at this event. He won his qualifier at Assen he knows how this race goes. If Team USA doesn't win this year, it's not because we didn't put our best foot forward.
All right, well, Lisa is going to catch up with each of the riders individually. So after each rider, maybe if you want to just fire it, but we've just got 5 minutes. We're almost out of time here. So, Lisa, if you are ready down there, I'm not sure if you can hear me, fire away with whoever you have, whether it's Eli, Justin, or Chase. Meanwhile, while we wait for her just to...
that is one... These outfits are fantastic.
Absolutely. Have you seen the big heaves, the big heads over there, look, over your left shoulder?
You may be by yourself on Sunday because I may be out here with these people.
Absolutely.
That looks like a great time.
Absolutely. Well, look, hopefully Lisa's down there. She'll grab all three riders. We've only got one headset down there, so it'll be individual. So quick question in. Maybe you get a chance with Chase section right at the end.
Okay.
Lisa, how are we doing down there? Because time is ticking away.
We're doing okay.
Let's go.
We're doing okay. Hopefully you can hear me over the American fans.
Absolutely. Eli.
Can you hear me,
Yeah.
Eli? Eli, firstly, congrats on winning the indoor and the outdoor title this year. But one title you have yet to win is that Motocross of Nations. That would be a dream come true for you and a perfect year.
Yeah, we're going to do what we can. We've got an outstanding team this year. I'm feeling good. I think we can pull it off. I feel like we're going to get some redemption, and all three of us are really fast here at Redbud.
Just real quick.
Eli, coming off of that championship, I think everybody was wondering, okay, how do you prepare for this event? How much time do you take off? When do you get back to work? Can you walk us through like that process of trying to balance a little bit of recovery, but also not losing the sharp end that you've had?
Yeah, I mean, to be straight up, this race is close enough from our last event. You can take a couple of days off and just stay tuned up, basically. So, yeah, I still feel like I'm in good race shape.
All right, Eli, all the best. We'll just real quick, because we are running out of time on the satellite, but if you can hand the headphone to Justin, please.
Justin Cooper.
Have a good week.
Okay, Justin, you guys are definitely the home heroes coming into the weekend, and as a nation, you have won a total of 22 times, more than any other nation. However, you did miss out on home soil the last time we were here in Redbud. You've got unfinished business, you guys, coming back here, haven't you?
Yeah, of course. We got the home crowd. The home crowd is behind us for sure, and we're excited to be here. Great team this year. We're all putting 100% into this, and it's time to take it back home.
So, Justin Cooper, it's Jason Thomas here. You raced this race in 2019 in Aston, and you looked phenomenal on Saturday. Win the qualifier, everything looked, and then great. And then you get into a crash in the first turn on Sunday. Tough day. You fought through it. A hero race for you to even be out there. Did you learn a lot from that event, even though it didn't go really to plan?
Yeah, I didn't get off to the greatest start that day, and just lost some vision, and it ended up being a crash. So we're looking to redeem ourselves, and I think it's been a few tough years for the U.S. So we're looking to bounce back strong, and I think we got what it takes.
All right, Justin, have a good weekend, and if you can just hand the headset to Chase,
Over
please.
to Chase now. Another birthday boy today, so we have to wish Chase happy birthday. Chase, not only are you the birthday boy, you're also a very local boy, aren't you? You're very local to this track, so I'm guessing you know Redbud pretty well.
Yeah, I grew up racing here, only 2.5 hours away, and for this to be my first MX of Nations and it to be in the USA and here, it's a perfect storm, and that gave me chills right there. That was one of the coolest things I've ever experienced, and man, this has been awesome so far, but we have a job to do this weekend, and just got to focus on ourselves and stay out of the chaos, and we'll be good. We got a good team, and I'm looking forward to it.
Well, Chase, I got to watch, this is Jason Thomas, by the way, I got to watch you all summer long, and the level that you rose to, and both you and Eli Tomac together was truly something special to watch. So on a personal level, thank you for entertaining us. Thank you for choosing to represent us here this weekend, and all the best of luck. I think you're going to have about 200,000 people cheering you on.
Yeah, I appreciate that, and I guess the big thing is Eli and I can take that into this weekend, and Justin, we'll be in a good spot. It's like I said, this is nothing like I've ever experienced, and something I'll never forget so far. So thank you, and looking forward to a good weekend.
All right, Chase, thank you, and good luck to all the boys down there,
Chase.
Team USA.
Thank you.
And we are almost out of time here, so thanks to Lisa down on the interview section here, but from me, Paul Malin and Jason Thomas. Jason, that's just set the scene perfectly, hasn't it, for this Motocross Nation here at Redbud, MX on 75. In a nutshell, Is it going home? Is it coming
I
home?
don't. What am I going to do for the next 36 hours, Paul? Because there's going to be no sleep for me. That's out. So I've got to find something to occupy my next day and a half before it's race time.
All right, well, look, Jason, it's been a pleasure. Jason will join me throughout the live broadcast. Apart from race 2 on Sunday, I'll be with Ricky Johnson. But all the qualifying races, the B final, race 1 and 3, Jason Thomas from Fly Racing. And we are out of time, so thanks for joining us. Make sure you follow all the action on MXGP TV this weekend, starting with the MXGP qualifying race tomorrow afternoon. Thanks for watching. We'll see you then. Bye for now. It's going to go off. We can't wait.